What happens when a child star finally reveals the truth behind the camera flashes? Alyson Stoner, a non-binary actor who grew up under the spotlight, is determined that their new memoir might be the last of a painful era, one where child actors endured more than most of us ever knew. Ready to uncover the untold reality behind those bright Disney smiles? Let's dive in, but be prepared, things aren't always as shiny as they seem. For years, millennials watched Alyson Stoner grow up on screen. Whether it was dancing alongside Missy Elliott in the iconic Work It video, causing chaos in Cheaper by the Dozen, or lending their unmistakable voice to Isabella in Phineas and Ferb, including the highly anticipated 2025 season, Alyson became a comforting presence in our collective childhoods. Seen on family-friendly shows like Mike's Super Short Show or Hitting the Beat in Camp Rock, the on-screen joy often hid a far more complicated story. And here's where it gets controversial. Their newly released memoir, semi-well-adjusted despite literally everything, rips off the facade to reveal struggles far deeper than most fans ever realized. The book doesn't hold back. Alyson candidly details the turbulence that shattered their upbringing, particularly the fallout after their parents' divorce and serious financial betrayals by their mother, issues that can affect any young person but in the glare of fame. The fallout is amplified. They describe harrowing physical and emotional ordeals, ranging from being told at the tender age of 10 to ignore a heart murmur, for fear it might cost them acting roles, to punishing their body at 17 with extreme measures in hopes of landing the Katniss role in the Hunger Games. Imagine striving so hard, only to not get the part. That's a reality many never talk about. But here's what most people miss. While Alyson has become an outspoken advocate for queer and non-binary visibility, their memoir stops just shy of focusing on that recent part of their identity. They publicly came out as queer in 2018 and later as non-binary, yet chose to concentrate this book on their first 25 years, when those aspects of their journey were still evolving. As Alyson puts it, the complexity of unpacking gender identity could itself fill another entire book. So is this a mission a lost opportunity or a necessary step for healing? Their explanation is honest. Processing and sharing these layers, plus everything else, would have simply overwhelmed both author and reader. Still, Alyson's vibrant queer energy shines through in their social media and book promotions. No need to question where they stand. Professionally, Alyson hasn't stepped away from the industry, but they're channeling much of their effort into advocating for change. Their goal? To overhaul the systems that once failed them, and to make the entertainment world safer for future generations of kids. Even as they acknowledge that memoirs about the pains of child stardom have a long history, Alyson is adamant. With hope, theirs will be among the last needed. Now, for a shot of nostalgia. There's a delightful moment floating around social media where Raisin Simone interviews Alyson, asking them to reprise the famous Mike's Super Short Show outro. It's a trip down memory lane for Disney Channel fans, a perfect reminder of the innocence we saw and the strength that lay beneath. And because entertainment news never sleeps, here's a quick rundown of what's happening in the world of queer pop culture. Aubrey Plaza joins Amy Poehler on the Good Hang podcast. Natalie Morales stars as Claire Danes' ex-wife in the upcoming Netflix drama, The Beast in Me, with Brittany Snow. Alt-rock band The Beaches released their new track, Lesbian of the Year, an ode to coming out later in life. Mae Martin and Toni Collette share the screen in Wayward, a thriller set in a sinister school for troubled teens. Watch out, they-them pronouns ahead. Chantel Everett from 90 Day Hunt for Love makes headlines by coming out and confessing to feelings for someone back home. Trisha Cook's lesbian B-movie trilogy wraps up with a new twist. A reunion gone deadly for a women's crew team. The series, and just like that, closes on a controversial note, taking jabs at queer folks. Agree or disagree? Sophie Turner finds herself kissing her former on-screen brother Kit Harington. Yes, you read that right, in the film The Dreadful. The Fallout TV series teases Season 2 with new photos and a quiet queer storyline, simmering beneath the surface. Out-country singer Chelly Wright now fights for DEI in boardrooms, championing diversity and inclusion. Oh, and don't forget to vote in the 8th Annual Autostraddle TV Awards. So here's a question to leave you pondering. Is Alyson's hope for the last child star survival memoir a sign of real progress in the industry, or just wishful thinking? Should more public figures be this raw about their experiences, or is there a point where too much vulnerability becomes too much? Sound off below. Where do you stand on Hollywood's responsibility to its younger stars?